right now I am inside of the HogOn University, and I wanted to talk to you real quick about buying cheap tools. Now, there's nothing wrong with buying used tools at cheap prices, but I don't think it's wise to buy cheap tools, especially if you're going to put a lot of wear and tear on them. Certain brands are known for construction work, and sometimes you can try to go the cheap route and bite yourself in the butt, so to speak. Want to give an example. I have a cousin who actually was doing woodwork, and when he got started, he was, trying to get, whatever kind of saw he could just to get the job done. And he was always spending extra money, having to leave the job to go get another saw, having to spend money. And he realized that he was spending more money leaving trying to fix a cheap tool than he would if he just would have bought the right tool and stayed out there on the grind. And I told him, I said, man, cuz it ain't all about going all the way out, but you're going to have to buy the good stuff. You're going to have to buy the used good stuff getting started. Then after you get some money, you go buy you some new stuff. Like literally, I started with used welders. I started my first welder, I spent $300 for. And I believe it was off of Craigslist or maybe a pawn shop. But I know I bought it used and it was $300. And I used it and made a lot of money off of that welder before I end up upgrading and get another one. And actually, I sold that one and upgraded, and actually got my money out of it still. So I used it for over a year and still got my money out of it. So it all depends on what you buy. Just buy good stuff. So I wouldn't go say buy one of these real cheap welders. I say go buy a good welder, a good brand that's known for, standing at a good used price or a good bargain. And then once you get your money up, then go get you one. Now, if you can afford to go get you a nice one, I would say do that, with a warranty. That's great, but for those who can and got to start off from the ground, I think starting somewhere is better than standing still. So just don't feel like you have to go and buy all the cheap stuff. Like for instance, I love Harbor Freight. I like going and buy certain things. Like I like going there to make tools. Like if I got to make a project or I'm doing some certain things, I go there and buy. Certain things I don't buy. Certain things I do. So it all depends on what it is. I will purchase, and certain things I say no, I don't want that. Because certain things, you want to stay away from, and certain things is good, especially if you got a demo job or something. Okay, I ain't tripping on this break or whatever because I want to use it for this project. So it all depends on what you're doing. But most definitely, don't get caught up in just being cheap. As far as buying cheap tools, you can be cheap, but be cheap on getting the good stuff when you're being cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like get some good cheap used stuff that will actually hold you down and be able to make you some money other than you buying some real cheap stuff and then it costs you more money trying to repair it and having to always fix on it and all of that stuff. So think of it like that. That way you can kill seven birds in one stone. Hog on.